Well, yeah, I mean, DeSantis makes $135,000 a year and a governor of the state. Now, you could make the argument that that's too low of a salary to be the chief executive of a state with 22 million people. So I think that DeSantis is underpaid. Congress, they get nearly $200,000. I think that's probably about the right sort of level. I don't believe that the city manager of a city of 58,000 people should be making essentially $250,000 a year, because $221 plus 25 for a pension and another $7,000 for a car, like he couldn't have got a car if he's making $250,000 a year, is bizarre. We've added a second assistant city manager 3 years ago at $175,000 a year. The assistant city manager gets nearly $190,000 a year. He gets $220,000 a year. I'd let him go. I wouldn't replace him. I'd use the guys and the people that we've got, and that would save us more than $250,000 a year. Tom Barwin, I don't think too much about Tom Barwin. Don't suppose he thinks too much about me. I have my opinions about his politics, but that would apply to a lot of people. His fantasies are a world where homeless people live the same as people who've worked all their lives, where sea level rise is a top priority over and above business, and where the Van Wezel can spend as much money as it likes because he likes going to visit it. City manager is an employee. City manager is one of 3 employees of the city commission. You got the city attorney and you got the city clerk. City commission, though, are part-time and they're asleep at the wheel. So it gives these bureaucrats who understand the game the opportunity to shape policy, and that's exactly what he does. He's shrewd. He knows where the limits of his authority come, and he just taps away at those edges. He's very good at encouraging some of the commission, drawing them in, rewarding them with a pat on the shoulder when they do his bidding. And what we end up with is a city that has 25% more staff than it had 5 years ago, but not 25% more facilities, just 25% more bureaucrats. This isn't 25% more cops on the street. This is more people in our sustainability department. $400,000 a year to run a sustainability department. I could get most of the environmental information off the internet. We could impose all of those policies. I don't need a couple of people sat there actually doing it. We're a small city. We don't have that kind of money. We have a homeless outreach team. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, which is an extension of social services. Well, the state provides social services. The county provides that. We have a county sheriff's department we pay towards. We have a city police department we pay towards. And why do we have our own homeless outreach team? Because of Tom Barwin. And people have asked me, in fact, someone asked me today in an interview, what would I do, hypothetically, if the opportunity to let him go came up? And I'm sure other people will fudge on the issue, but I'd tell him not to let the door hit him in the butt on the way out.